My boyfriend, Kevin Woods, was a forensic doctor. Meanwhile, I got kidnapped by the ex-convict he had helped sentence to prison in the past. He and his accomplices strapped a bomb to me. The kidnapper glared at me angrily. "You're Kevin's girlfriend, yeah? Tell him to get his ass over here right now." I was forced to call Kevin. He sounded very impatient when he responded. "I told you not to call me when I'm working. You're so annoying." I explained hurriedly. "Kevin, I got kidnapped. They're trying to get revenge on you. You mustn't come to my rescue." Before I could finish my sentence, the kidnapper snatched the phone away. Kevin's voice drifted clearly from the loudspeaker. "Michelle, are you nuts? I told you I'm at work. How dare you joke around with stuff like that? Do you even know that Vi's cat has been stuck in the tree for 3 days now? If I don't save it, it'll die. And to think that you came up with this reason just so you could get me to go home. You might as well just tell me that you're about to die." I looked at the bomb strapped to my body. The 10-minute countdown was already shown on the timer. That's enough. I don't want to listen to your lies. To Vi, her cat is as important as her life. If something happens to the cat, leading to something happening to Vi, you'll be a murderer. I won't let you off the hook. At that moment, a sweet and soft feminine voice drifted from the loudspeaker. "You're amazing, Kev. To think you actually saved my darling kitty." After that, the call ended. The kidnapper cursed out loud. "Ugh, how unlucky. Kevin doesn't love this woman at all. We got the wrong woman." Once the kidnapper and his accomplices left, I stared down at the bomb strapped to my form. Tears began rolling down my cheeks at that time. Even the kidnapper could tell that Kevin didn't love me at all. To think that I'd only wake up and realize the truth on the last day of my life. The Vi woman Kevin had spoken of happened to be his childhood friend, Violet Ray. When Kevin and I first started dating, he told me Violet was like a little sister to him. Of course I believed him, but once I realized that something was fishy, I was already head over heels in love with Kevin. I couldn't extract myself from our relationship anymore. Kevin would always hurry over to Violet at any time of the day, as long as he received a phone call from her. This also happened during his first meeting with my parents. He ditched us right away without a care in the world and hurried over to Violet just because she was scared of the dark. He didn't even bother explaining what happened to us. All he said was, "Something came up." Back then, I had stopped him because I didn't want him to leave. I even begged him to stay out of respect for my parents. All Kevin did was chuckle coldly. "Michelle, this is how things have been between Violet and me over the past 20 years or so. If you can't get used to this, then you can forget about marrying me." I had consoled myself that Kevin was just treating Violet like his little sister and that he still loved me. But I only realized the truth when I was about to die. Kevin never loved me from the start. Violet was the only woman he cared about. Before the bomb detonated, I sent one last text message to Kevin. "Farewell. I hope that we will never meet again in another life." Bits and pieces of my body were scattered across the ground. In fact, one couldn't tell what I looked like right now. My soul levitated in midair. I just stared at my body from above. I didn't feel particularly sad. To me, death was an escape. I had no idea how long I had been floating around. That was until Kevin arrived at the scene. He trailed behind a group of police officers. He was mainly in charge of taking photos of the scene and recording the details as well as communicating with his colleagues. One of the police officers said, "We discovered some gunpowder at the scene. Perhaps someone crafted this bomb by hand. The thing is, the victim's identity remains unknown for now." Kevin frowned as he looked at my body. I could feel nervousness starting to sink in. For some reason, I had this strange desire welling up in me. Would Kevin feel remorseful if he were to find out that I was the victim? I stared at Kevin unblinkingly, hoping to pick up on a glint of recognition in those eyes of his. But Kevin just stood up while maintaining a mask of impassiveness. "I can tell that the victim is a female. Based on the clothing pieces, she was wearing something stylish. You can try checking for missing women who are between ages 20 to 30. My heart sank tremendously at his words. It appeared that Kevin didn't recognize me at all. Right, he didn't care about me, so how would he be able to recognize me?